And Rich Trapper tapping in, TNN Trap News Network. You feel me?
Rich Trapper.
The homie wanted you to whitelist this shit too.
Who?
Rich Trapper.
Rich Trapper?
He be reacting to your shit.
Rich Trapper tapping in TNN Trap News Network. We back in action with another reaction video. Back in this thing. Like, cracking this thing, man. Like, comment, subscribe for more of this good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. News you can use, knowledge you can't get in college, big dog. You already know the deal. Y'all know the deal. Hit that subscribe button, become part of the Rich Trapper Mafia. Hit that notification bell at the top. It all say tap in for the latest and the greatest. What we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Some news you can use. You already know, man. You already know. You feel me? Get into that. Newest single, Falling Out of Love. Get into that if you ain't got into that, man. Plus, Tasty live resin disposable cartridges. Get into these if you ain't got into these. Tasty live resin disposable cartridges. Get into these, man. And Signature Honey Cigar. Shout out to T.I. Shout out to Honey Cigar. Shout out to Signature, man. Tasty is almost out of time, man. A contract is up. If they renew for a third time, we'll keep going. But we are about to have a space open for promotion through TNN Trap News Network. So if you got a product that you want to get promoted, please tap in with us. TRAPNEWSNETWORX on Trap News Network on Instagram. Get into that. If you ain't got into that, you already know the deal. You feel me? Sunday, May the 19th, we give away $300 because we got to 11,000 subscribers. Yes, sir. We had 11,000 subscribers, man. Shout out to y'all, man. We was just at 10,000. We got to 11,000 in 2 weeks, bro. It's about 2 weeks it took us. So y'all show love on that, man. I appreciate that. Y'all did that 2 or 3 weeks. You feel me? It wasn't a month. It was for sure 2 or 3 weeks. But y'all show love on that, man. So to keep my end of the bargain, it's going to be $200 to the winner of the live music review, $50 to the best comment, $50 to the top commenter, man. So make sure y'all get into that. TRAPNEWSNETWORX Trap News Network. Get into that if you ain't got into that. Today, we got he face, we face, she face, three face is a Snitchiana. Snitchosaurus Rex, man. She face, we face, three face, G face has been caught telling, man. So I want to give a shout out to End of Sentence. You know what I'm saying? They got 1.3 million subscribers, man. Golly, shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? Goodness gracious. But now I'm nervous. Are they strikers? Like, are they strikers? Are they the ones who strike? Like, I don't know. You feel me? Like, let's find out. I hope in Descendants, sheesh. I'm gonna take a chance. They saying that G face, we face, she face, re face is, you know what? Shout out to In the Sentence, but I can't risk it, bro. I'm gonna go to you know what? We are going to do In the Sentence. Let's just see what happens. Shout out to In the Sentence, man. Hopefully they don't strike us, but we showing love, man. Like, comment, subscribe. I did just subscribe to all them. We about to see what's going on with he face, we face, she face, three face. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Swifty Blue in a video that went viral warning visitors of Los Angeles to check in.
Gangland, the southern side. I'm right here with the homie from White Fence. Check it out. If you ever in Los Angeles and you out here handling business, make sure you tap in with some.
This video didn't age well because both of them, one's a snitch and one is like got beat up in a jail or something for like doing too much with his homies and all that. Neither one of these people can help you with a check-in. Just
homies, for your own security. The streets is dangerous. If you're not tapped in, you will get stepped on. Believe that. You will get stepped on. Believe that. The streets is dangerous. Tap in. Tap the fuck in.
Swifty Blue would speak highly of G-Face to Adam22, securing him a no-jumper interview that would gain over 500,000 views. G-Face would describe moving from Armenia to Los Angeles at a young age and eventually losing his cousin to gang violence. Adapting to the culture, G-Face would claim at only 15, he was arrested for 2 attempted murders on the same gang that took his cousin's life. According to G-Face, he wouldn't be released until he was 34.
I'm from West LA, I'm from White Fence. I went to prison at the age of 15, so I wasn't really out here in the scene. I'm 38 years old now. I went to prison at the age of 15. I got out at 34. I got charged as an adult.
So what did you do that you got like 20 years?
Basically, my charge was attempted murder, 2 attempted murders, dropped down to the attempted manslaughter, and 3 counts of armed robbery.
Now this interview would spiral into a gang of conspiracy theories and accusations. Not only photos, but whole songs would be dug up showing a younger, less tatted, no beard having G-Face rapping by the name Lil Ghost and claiming a gang known as Armenian Power.
Fuck all you rap bastards snitching and shit.
Who's that tipping in the drop top Benz? Lil Ghost Capone sitting on 20 inch rims. Got the Glock on my side, extra clip for backup. Extended clips in case these busters act up.
This would contradict his original story of being from White Fence 13, a known rival of Armenian Power. Rumors began circulating that G-Face, or Ghostface, or Lil Ghost, was attempting to cover up his past. Not long after, he'd be accused of snitching, and appeal transcripts would be discovered stating Ghost, aka Yuri, testified and identified in court the man that shot at him. Wack 100 would even confront G-Face to his face.
Wack being a snitch, confronting the snitch as well.
About the paperwork.
So Yuri is a dude that...
No, Yuri's me. You talking
Yuri
about
is you.
Yeah.
Yuri admitted
Harmonious.
that at the preliminary hearing, he identified Abrahamian as the driver and the person who shot at him. And he had told the police that Skinny was the only person in the car. Is this real or fake? That's what that come down to.
I got the real paperwork right here.
So you saying this is fake work?
Name and everything. Look. Check this out.
G-Face was now starting to feel the heat, but didn't even know the feds were about to
Yeah, I remember this one. This is the one where G-Face wore that questionable Gucci suit.
raise the temperature. A federal indictment would reveal Yuri, aka Ghost, and his wife were now facing federal charges for conspiring to commit wire fraud, committing wire fraud, and engaging in a monetary transaction in property derived from unlawful activity. The fact that the paperwork says Ghost instead of G-Face also seems to confirm his previous alias, as he's documented as Ghost, the one from Armenian Power. So how the fuck did this happen? According to the indictment, Yuri and Yelena owned two businesses together and shared a bank account. Between July 2020 and June of 2021, the feds alleged the couple applied for small business loans and PPP loans by falsifying business documents. They'd
Dang, bro, you got caught with the baby blue. Whoa. You know, from Pretty Ricky, because he got caught with the... Never mind. But you got caught with the flu flam, big dog.
Loans worth $290,000 on top of a PPP loan worth 20 grand. So why is this news? Well, it just so happens that while G-Face was on No Jumper telling prison war stories, in reality, his face was no good. No matter who you are, if you've been to prison, you know there's always a cell waiting for you, and the wrong move will have guards welcoming you back home. G-Face knew he had a target on his back, and his only way to get out was to expose the past he's been hiding. A motion for review of magistrate's order of detention would be filed on Yuri's behalf. The feds want to keep him in custody, and this was Yuri's lawyer's chance to explain why he's a good citizen and should be released from custody until trial. It would also state he has concerns about his safety during his detention. His lawyer would state although Yuri has led a colorful life, he is neither a flight risk nor a danger to the community. He has a wife, 3 children, a house, numerous relatives, and a remarkable thriving new business. In short, he has every incentive to stay in the United States. Leaving the US would not only destroy his business, but also put his family and himself at risk. Yuri has been a target of the Mexican Mafia since 2006, when he was stabbed repeatedly and left for dead. He cooperated against the Mafia members who stabbed him and has been forced to live with a green light hit hanging over his head.
Now, this is what this is
Since that time,
to all the gangsters, all the gangsters, you know, the Crip ninjas, blood ninjas, SAs, Asians, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, white boys, Jamaicans, Latin kings, disciples, viceroy, Haitians, all you mother chuckers who've been patiently waiting. I got a question, and the Hoovers and the Pirus included, because for some reason they were not included in that song, so I want to make sure I include the Hoovers and the Pirus. My bad, John, I'm looking at. That's interesting. Anyway, if you're a ganger banger, the gangers of the banger is, specifically to the Southsiders. This is to the Southsiders, to the Serenos. You feel me? Specifically to the Serenos. I don't talk about the Taggers. I mean, like, your hood gotta have an actual 13. I'm talking to y'all. How does this work? If he gets stabbed up for being no good, and then they don't continue the mission. I'm sorry, they fail the mission by not finishing them off, and then he tells, but then he comes out and still continues to portray himself as he's good and wooty bam, because I thought that G-Face was, I know he was a weirdo, he face, we face, she face, three face, but I thought that he was at least like official from where he was from. How does this work? How does this work? You feel me? Because in the black community, he's no good and he's out of there. So we'll wop to the whoopty bam. You feel me? Is it the same way? How did this work? I want to hear from the Mexican community in this situation. Y'all, let me know something. Let's see.
There has been several attempts and threats on his life, including recently, and he has had weapons in the house to defend himself. Come to find out, Yuri isn't even a US citizen and is a documented alien. According to his lawyer, he came to the US at only 9 years old, and he checks in with ICE once a year, providing all of his information. His entire family is now in the US. He's been married for 13 years and has 3 kids aged 16, 13, and 5. He's responsible for taking care of his mother and mother-in-law, as his father and father-in-law both passed away. Opening a trucking company, he started with 1 truck and 1 driver before expanding into a thriving business. Then in late 2022, early 2023, he came up with an idea. Knowing the most difficult part of the trucking business is starting it, he offered to mentor anyone willing to pay his one-time $5,000 consulting fee. In his first year, he had over 700 customers, grossing $3.5 million legitimate dollars. For all of these reasons, ICE has
So we face, he face, she face, three face, G face was getting some chili.
chosen not to deport him. Unfortunately for Yuri, he didn't become a legit millionaire until after committing fraud, and now it was coming back to bite him. Yuri was now begging for a bond as his business depends on it, and each day spent in jail is another day his success fades away. Giving more reasons as to why Yuri isn't a flight risk, it would state in 2012 he caught a case and never attempted to leave. His lawyer would state if he were to flee to Armenia, it would almost certainly be a death sentence as he cannot protect himself there the way he can in the US. It would expose him in a way that he has not been exposed in years and would make it easy for the Mexican mafia to have him killed. Now holy shit. This sounds nothing like the stories told on No Jumper. And if my math is math, and Yuri was born in...
Boys, y'all had enough to eat? Y'all need more? All 3 of y'all good? Did everybody eat all their food? Harper ate all his food? Nobody threw away nothing? Y'all sure y'all don't need no more food? Y'all good for the night? All right.
85. So if he got locked up at 15...
I be having to make sure that the homies get... Don't worry about it.
That would have been the year 2000. And if he was stabbed in 2006, that means he was stabbed in prison by the Mexican mafia and cooperated against them at only 21 years old. But if he served a 20-year sentence, he's 39 years old and was released at 34, that means he's only been home for 5 years. So how the fuck was he married for 13 with a 16-year-old, 13-year-old and 5-year-old kid, and he caught another outside charge in 2012, unless he lied about it all? According to Yuri's lawyer, Yuri was not a danger to the community, he is an asset. To understand his current position, it is necessary to review his history, both criminal and as a government witness. In 2000, at 15 years old, Yuri was arrested for second-degree robbery. The circumstances of the robbery did not involve a gun, and he was arrested for taking $40 from a person with a knife, sentenced to 4 years in prison, and given
Stealing $40 from somebody with a knife is wild.
2 strikes. So G-Face completely lied on No Jumper about avenging his dead cousin, attempting to murder 2 rivals, and doing 20 straight years in prison. In fact, the DEA became involved with Yuri back in 2005 when he was only 20 and began using him as an informant. He provided the DEA with names and evidence against several people that resulted in arrests and convictions. The government does not dispute his involvement with the DEA and his cooperation. After
Damn, he face, we face, three face, G face. You a snitchiana, big dog.
several arrests were made, including members of the Mexican mafia, it became clear to the community that Yuri was an informant. Word was put out that he was a snitch and needed to be taken out. And shortly after, He'd be attacked by two men and stabbed multiple times. He managed to survive, but it would take months to fully recover. The Glendale Police Department pressured Yuri to give up the names of the two men who stabbed him so they could arrest them. At first, Yuri was reluctant because he knew it would lead to more retaliation, but the detective insisted, even threatening him with jail if he didn't reveal the names. Yuri was assured they'd be arrested and he wouldn't have to testify, so he gave up the names and they were arrested for attempted murder. Neither man would take a plea, meaning Yuri now had to testify, and it only took a little convincing before Yuri agreed and testified against them. He knew doing so would increase the pressure on him as a target of the Mexican Mafia, and he later learned he was #1 on their hit list. The government back then realized he was in danger and arranged for him to move to Atlanta and start a new life. The move didn't go well, and he moved back to Los Angeles with his family. Within 1 year of moving back, he was attacked, and Yuri stabbed one of the men, sending him to the hospital. Yuri refused to cooperate at this point. He told the officers the reason he's in the position he's in is because he cooperated before, and he was never going to do it again. It was explained to him if he did not cooperate, he would likely be charged, as you can't go a self-defense route without cooperation. But for the first time in Yuri's criminal life, he'd actually do something honorable. He told the police he'd rather do prison time than put himself and his family further at risk. If only he thought like that before becoming a whole...
At this point, can you be more at risk, bro? You already told. Like, again, back to the Mexican homies. Can he be more at risk than where he's already at? Or like, how does this work, bro? I feel like you already flu flam, the wooty man for the wooty man, what you call it, what? I feel like it's already over with. How can things get worse?
DEA fucking informant, he would have avoided all of this. Yuri would end up being arrested for the stabbing and took a plea sending him to prison for the next 7 to 8 years. Law enforcement was aware of him being an informant, and the Mexican Mafia hit on him, so he was placed in protective custody. When he was released, he wanted to start a new life, but he still had the potential hit hanging over him. He moved to a location where he could not be found and started his trucking business. Finding success, he'd move his family into a home where he has put in larger walls, iron gates, 35 cameras, and part-time security. Yuri's lawyer would go out of his way to show that in 2024, the hit over Yuri's head is still very much active. To underscore the ongoing threat, Yuri received a recent Instagram message from someone named Bozo, who sent him a picture of his house with the message that his days are numbered. In one of the pictures, his wife, daughter, and dog are all visible. The Instagram message is saved on his phone that the police took during the search, and if they bring the phone to court, Yuri can show the threatening Instagram message. So
again, in this situation where his wife and kids are now being threatened, I ain't saying snitch, but I ain't saying let your kids and your wife go down for no flu flammery neither, big dog. At this point, you already told you better do what you got to do to protect your family, bro. Like, the aspect of keeping it solid is gone. We're going to throw that out the window. Keeping it solid is no longer an option, big dog. You already snitched Tiana. So, your snitch Tiana is what got you in this situation. So, yeah, you might want to go ahead and do what you got to do to keep your family safe, bro.
Apparently, Yuri still isn't done snitching, and his online beef with Bozo is documented through social media.
So, when I did this whole YouTube shit, what I did was I was going to show my fans, haters, whoever's watching, nothing but realness, 100% authenticity. Bro, I'm too rich for you to go to war with me, dog. Think about this. I could drop $40,000 right now for one of your little homies to off you, dog. You saying I'm a snitch. Why are you not?
The DA is saying you a snitch. I ain't saying nothing. You mad trying to put some ticket on somebody's head, bro. You how you mad at somebody? That's a different kind of sickness, bro. Wack get mad at people for calling him a snitch when he a snitch. Yuri getting mad, or G-Face, She-Face, We-Face, Three-Face is getting mad at people calling him a snitch when he's a snitch. Why are you mad for being a snitch when you're a snitch? Why did that upset you, Sad Boy? Or Big Sad, not Sad Boy, Big Sad, why did that upset you? Big G-Face Sad, 600, Wack, guys, what's up with y'all? Why y'all so mad about being who y'all are?
I'm doing something about it.
Yuri's entire criminal history would be summed up with the robbery for $40, stabbing someone, attacking him for snitching, and a fight in 2020 with one of his childhood friends. Yuri would plead guilty to felony assault with a deadly weapon and do 3 months in jail. At no point was he charged with attempted murder. At all times he was in protective custody. And currently G-Face is being held inside the San Bernardino County Jail in protective custody because of threats on his life for being a DEA informant. When the feds raided G-Face's home, they'd find an unregistered handgun in a bush, multiple guns in a safe, and $20,000 in cash. His lawyer would state the guns were for self-defense, and the guns in the safe were registered to his wife, who applied for the Los Angeles Police Department. His lawyer would also highlight how even though G-Face is in protective custody, that is no guarantee that he can be protected. Michael Torres, a Mexican mafia member.
Just because he's in PC don't mean nothing. They'll put somebody in PC to get his ass. G-Face and Days his number, big dog. If all this is real and he in California, that nigga's finna get it.
Was recently stabbed to death in the LA County Jail while in administrative segregation and thought to be untouchable. Yuri understands he's likely facing prison time for his federal charges and is begging the courts to release him to not only save his business, but so he can relocate his family to protect them. With all that being said, federal prosecutors don't give a fuck and don't want him released. If anyone was unsure about G-Face snitching, his own lawyer would confirm he's the textbook definition of a fucking rat. And you think with all that money G-Face made, his lawyers would have attempted to seal these documents from getting released. But no, his whole case is publicly available. His whole life story has been a fabrication made up in an attempt to find internet fame, and even though he found legitimate success, his past caught up with him. With any and all Fed cases, it can be expected that G-Face goes to federal prison, but with his history of snitchery and the fact that he's charged with fraud, he'll most likely end up at a camp full of inmates just like him. Yuri, or G-Face, is a real example of how snitching can and does carry consequence. He's been stabbed, hospitalized, and targeted almost half his life because he chose to be an informant. He'd change his name, change his gang, and create a new storyline for the internet while flashing money and paying for friendships he never had. He'd recreate who he wanted to be while denying who he was. And now at 39 years old, he's back in a cell on the verge of losing it all as his past has once again become his present.
Alright, man, that's he face, we face, three face, she face, G face, doing his 1-2 step like Sierra, man. So we finna get up out of here to the next one, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. More to get content we got going on here at TNA Trap News. Never hit the subscribe button, become part of the show, hit the notification bell at the top. Hit all say something for the latest and the greatest what we got going on, man. Shout out to we face, she face, three face, G face. Yo days is number, big dog. It's not gonna last too long. You know California, how I know California. Segregation can't save you. PC can't save you. You told them guys, that green light is on you. Free Avenue Angel, so he's free. We gone.